How do you feel about meme coins, Dogecoin, Shiba, ones that, I mean, for all effective purposes, and I don't want to offend anybody out there, don't seem to have, potential, second order use cases or potential, DeFi platforms, and yet they still hold value and people amass them. Are these good for the ecosystem, bad for the ecosystem? Obviously, we see Mr. Elon Musk out there screwing around with his Twitter account. You got someone like Charles Hoskinson who really thinks it's a massive detrimental thing for the community, that it's going to bring regulation that's going to hurt all of us. How does Roger Ver feel about meme coins?
I think somewhere in between. So if you look at Dogecoin, it just plain works better for payments than Bitcoin at this point, and the inflation rate's in the same ballpark. So as a store of value, Dogecoin potentially is better than Bitcoin at this point, and that's sad for me to say, but that's the truth, right? My emotions shouldn't get in the way of the truth there. And these other ones, is it going to attract more regulatory scrutiny? Yeah, it probably will. And that's why it was so incredibly important to push out this peer-to-peer electronic cash for the entire world as quickly as we possibly could. And that's why the censorship and the delay of adoption by limiting the block size on Bitcoin was so incredibly frustrating, is because it gave the politicians and the regulators time to catch up and realize, oh, our central banks and our magic money printing machine that everybody has to use up until now, it's under threat. These cryptocurrencies, people might actually start using them. And now it's giving them time to delay and disrupt and try and regulate that sort of thing. And whereas initially my goal was to get as many people using it around the world as quickly as we possibly could. And so it would just plain become default money for the world before the regulators even knew what hit them. And now they've definitely had time to keep catch up, and they're paying very, very close attention to the point where here in Japan, all the cryptocurrency exchanges, they're not allowed to list any of the privacy coins. You're not allowed to trade your Monero, Zcash, Dash, Zcoin. Any of the privacy coins are not allowed on the exchanges here in Japan and in Korea and a number of other countries. That's a really big problem, because if you look at what makes money, fungibility is one of those things. Well, fungibility is just a fancier way of saying privacy. So the fungibility of these privacy coins is much, much better than the fungibility of an Ethereum or a Bitcoin at this point. And so it's a real shame that the regulators are starting to catch up. But Dogecoin definitely has some merit at this point and has a big market cap and a lot of passionate Dogecoin fans out there.
And what about Elon Musk? Is he a net positive for crypto markets? And what do you see when he tweets about Bitcoin, Dogecoin, et cetera?
I think Elon Musk is a huge net positive for the world, right? So we like to complain about PayPal, and I've done my fair share of complaining about PayPal this evening, but PayPal revolutionized e-commerce. As someone who was involved in e-commerce from the earliest days of the internet, selling Magic the Gathering cards and Beanie Babies on Usenet, where people would have to physically send me postal money orders in the mail, and then PayPal came along and people could send money right to my email address. It was a miracle. And so thank you, Elon Musk, for his role in that. And then now SpaceX and Tesla and all these things. So thank you. And I think the world owes a debt of gratitude to all these amazing entrepreneurs that make people's lives better off. And as you mentioned, anytime anybody trades anything voluntarily with anybody else, both people are better off after the trade happens. Otherwise, it wouldn't take place. And so I love all of my Elon Musk related products that I bought. So I appreciate his effort in that space, or all those spaces.